Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the HPC number CDJ-3 removable core cylinder drill jig. According to HPC, they state some cylinders are impossible to pick. And I bet there's some locksmiths out there that would scoff at that statement. However, they go on to say that even the best locksmith may be foiled by corroded springs, corroded pins, a broken spring, etc., etc. In these cases, drilling is the only answer. HPC jigs assure perfect alignment on the shear line for drilling with the included bit. Now, this first part of the video is to give you a visual tour of the material, and then next part we'll be going over the installation instructions. This is for a removable core and specifically small format core. And let's go over all of the pieces now. You're going to have your drill jig. Okay, let's take some dimensional properties as we go along here. The drill jig diameter, and it has a knurled circumference. Diameter of it, about 1 inch. Thickness, about 5/8. You're going to have a place, of course, for the key that we're going to go over next in a moment. You're going to have a place where you're going to be able to run your drill through, depending on what you're drilling. Okay, we'll go over that. An Allen wrench to tighten your key blank down into it. Of course, then a drill bit is going to be included. They've got this at 3/16. I was going to say it looks a little small for 5/16. 3/16 high-speed steel, 3.5-inch drill bit. Again, that wrench, if I didn't show that before. You're going to have your control lug guide, and then you will have your shear line guide. I'm going to guess that that's an A keyway. Okay. Now, let's go over and review the installation instructions next. Now, let's resume this video and start to look at the installation instructions of the CDJ-3. So, you can drill the control lug or you can drill the shear line. And we're going to get into each and why you might do one over the other. We've toured the items themselves. First of all, when you're drilling a cylinder, and this is from the installation instructions, you need to be sure that you're drilling into each chamber so that you get them all and count them as you feel that you're going to know how many cuts there are on the key, or if you don't, you'll need to assume that there's 6, I suppose. Count the pins as you drill through them. Alternatively, you can mark the desired length on the drill bit to ensure that you drill through the entire cylinder. Meaning you can simply put a mark on the bit and know, based on the thickness of the drill jig, which is 5/8, exactly how far you're going to penetrate into the cylinder to be able to hit all of them. Therefore, if the approximate cylinder thickness is, or length is 1.125", which is what they, or pardon me, 1.25", you'll be marking your drill bit at 1.775". The cylinder drill jig is intended for small format interchangeable core, which allows precise drilling of both the control lug and the shear line. It does include those two different control lug and shear line blanks. These are for best. If you're drilling a small format interchangeable core cylinder other than best, you'll need to create your own key blanks, and you can certainly just see how they do that. Okay, it's really just a cut key blank is all that it is. And the installation instructions go on to talk about the show you the length of what you're drilling through, and they obviously have a 7-pin cylinder that's been drilled there, so be mindful of that. Now, drilling the control lug is going to be done if you want to be able to preserve the pinning in the cylinder, so by drilling the control lug, and you would, of course, insert this blank into the tool and secure it with the set screw, and then you will drill at the 9 o'clock position to drill through the control lug. Okay, at that point, well, let's go through it. Drilling through the 9 o'clock position only drills the control lug. This procedure will allow you to remove the core while preserving the pins. With the core removed, the pins can be decoded, and the bitting of the key blank or control blank can be determined, allowing you to be able to operate the door that way. So by drilling through the control lug to get the cylinder out of the housing, you can then determine the bitting of that cylinder. Install the control lug guide in the jig and secure it with the set screw. Make certain the blade is centered and at a 90-degree angle. Drill through the 9 o'clock position as shown in Figure 2. That key blank needs to be straight. Okay, that needs to be at 9 o'clock. That's crucial, obviously. After drilling, remove the drill from the jig, turn the jig, and remove the drill bit. You can use the knurled end of the circumference of the drill jig to turn and remove the core. Once the core is removed, use the HPC tail turner, if you have that tool, or just a large, like a number 3 slotted screwdriver, and you'll be able to activate the lock at that point. That will allow you to do more than just get in if you need to know the bitting. Okay, if you're not concerned about the bitting, I suppose, you can drill the shear line. Drilling through the hole in the 12 o'clock position with this blank allows you to drill through the shear line. That procedure will allow you to open the lock. Install the shear line guide in the drill jig and secure it with the set screw. Make certain that it's at 90-degree angle. Drill through the 12 o'clock position. After drilling through all of the pins, remove the drill from the jig. Turn the jig to open the lock. You will have accomplished drilling through the pins, so at that point you should be able to turn the cylinder plug itself to turn the tail piece on the back and activate the lock. That would be if you're just intending to get in and don't really care about what the bitting was of those cylinders. One will be more applicable than the other, most certainly. And that's the installation instructions of this tool. Now finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the HPC products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm partial to HPC, and it's because their customer service department is responsive. They do get back in touch with technical questions and answers and things of that nature, so that's very helpful, especially when you're purchasing and working with material that's not always self-explanatory, especially to someone with less rather than more locksmithing experience. But we also use their tools, their Blitz machine and other tools from HPC, and can attest to the high performance of much of the product line. If you have any questions on the HPC CDJ-3 cylinder drill jig for small format, or any other HPC product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.